We know that our young men get their physical health and physical workout while they're playing basketball, but there's another component that is kind of neglected, especially by young men, and that is their mental and emotional health and well-being. So with our professional athletes, we are going to make sure that they are equipped to handle life's day-to-day stressors. Our professional athletes are adult young men, some are dealing with college, some have families, some are dealing with work issues, but they all share the love of the game. But we want to make sure that throughout what they're doing with their love of the game, that they are good mentally, emotionally, even spiritually. We want to make sure that they have a handle on those things that are going to help them cope successfully with life. And those big moments that may happen, we think of them as huge events. It could be the death of a loved one. It could also be those disappointments that will happen. There are different things that these young men are pursuing. We want to make sure that they have the capacity to handle life's day-to-day activities, even the big ones.
Good afternoon and welcome back to the SBA Network here in Sarasota, Florida at the Sarasota School of Arts and Sciences. Kyle, game 2 today, featuring the Sarasota Lions and Lions Perception out of Orlando. But we first got to give the flowers to that last game. 100-98 was the final score. Memphis Blues get their first win in this summer series. St. Cloud falls to 0-3, but one heck of a game to start the weekend.
Yeah, and if you're just tuning in now for this game and happen to miss that first one, it was a spectacle. I mean, we had guys flying all over the court, dunking everywhere. If you're a Sarasota Lions fan, you'll see this Memphis team tomorrow, and they're going to go a little high-flying action for you. It certainly was fun, but we are ready to watch Sarasota Lions in action again. Lions Perception. We've seen these two teams face off before. Sarasota took that one. So we're seeing if the Lions Perception can get a little redemption here this evening.
Sarasota is 2-0 against the Lions Perception. They last played for back-to-school night at the Robert L. Taylor Center. Last weekend, it was a close matchup. Sarasota took the victory. It was very close. The nail in the coffin shot, if you will, actually came in the form of 3 free throws. Tim Hagee was fouled on a 3-point shot and made all 3 free throws. And he averages 27.9 points a game, followed by Zachary Brent with 14.7. But Tim Hagee, oldest man on the floor, and is called grandpa by the team, but doesn't matter because he shows up and shows out on any given day. We'll read you the starters before we get going. First for the Lions Perception. Number 4, Kevon Smith. Number 7, Renee Alexander. Number 0, Kevin Harvey. Number 13, Jordy Valorio. And number 32, Keaton Smith. On the other side for the Sarasota Lions, Tim Hagee, Jalen Smith, KJ Robinson, Anthony Lakai, and Caleb Gilbert. The Lions Perception in all white today. All white jerseys with the black numbers with the orange, black, and gray Lions logo on the front of the jersey. And the Sarasota Lions keeping it consistent with the blackish gray shorts and the black jerseys with the gray top and red numbers. Also, too, making his second appearance for the Sarasota Lions is number 2 as well. Got to find his name as well. I forgot to write that down from the last roster, but he came to us from Tampa Executive, and he started his first practice was the day before they played the Lions Perception last time. So he's got about 8 days under his belt with this team and had some quality minutes in the last game as well. But yeah, the Sarasota Lions have not lost a game at all in this summer series, but got to be careful because any game and every game, target's on your back, and you have to be ready for whatever can happen.
The target is certainly on their back, especially, having the upper hand over the past matchups against this Lions Perception team. But they can't be, falling on their heels here. Lions Perception out for blood today.
Yes. Again, this is the third matchup between the two teams, and Sarasota Lions have won the first matchup pretty handily, won the second one a little bit closer. But
hey, as you've seen, playing a team a third time, it's hard to beat a team 3 times. You saw, even on the international side, Serbia giving it to USA, their third matchup. So, hey, anything's possible. Like I said, they know each other pretty well now, so we'll see how these two teams attack each other here.
Yes. So we'll see what is in store in this game. Again, last game, 10 total dunks, all 10 of them by the Blues and 8 of them by a singular player. We'll see what the storyline of this game brings. See who wins the opening tip-off. Lakai in for the Lions, and for the Perception, Jordy Valario, and the Lions Perception win the opening tip-off. We'll see who gets on the board first. Three-point shot attempt, no good. Pulled in by Tim Hagee, and he'll go flying the other direction. Passing it off. This will be a three if it goes. Too strong. Jalen Smith with the offensive board. Fighting, gets it, and can't get it to fall. KJ Robinson on the push, steals it away. We've got a foul call. See who that's on. Looks like they're going to say it's on KJ Robinson. So 26 seconds into the first quarter, we got our first foul on the Sarasota Lions. Shot is no good. Even the putback misses. KJ throwing it ahead to Gilbert. Nearly lost it. Backwards pass. Robinson, long two. In and out, no good. Rebound, Perception. Passing it, long three off the mark. Bouncing around. And Lakai with the defensive rebound. Still, both these teams looking for their first bucket of the game. Jalen Smith off the pass of Tim Hagee. Hagee finding Robinson. Lakai in the paint. Spinning back into the paint. Bouncing up and down and falling down. Lakai with the first bucket. Minute 8 seconds into the first quarter.
Great awareness around the rim there for Anthony Lakai to get open and get free spacing.
Free spacing does help. Perception. Good passes here. And this looks like it will be stolen by Caleb Gilbert, and he'll throw it up and in. That's two straight buckets for the Sarasota Lions, and we've got they wanted the clock did not roll, so they're going to roll the clock back to 24 seconds. And we'll have a stop and push it down the floor.
Well, something to keep an eye on here. It was one of our themes last game, but the Lions Perception also seemed to be having a short bench. Only one guy sitting over there on his lonesome. So a six-man rotation for the Perception.
Had a ball go out of bounds. That's the second time we've seen a ball go towards you, Kyle, since that first game. So
this must be a magnet.
Are you trying to tell us something?
No.
All right, Lions Perception trying to look for their first bucket, and it rolls off the back of the hoop. Shot there by Jordy Valario. Cannot get it to roll down. Hagee, why not? Three ball, in and out. And rebound there by Keaton Smith. Keaton Smith, a guy to look out for the Lions Perception, averaging about 22 points a game. One of their go-to guys, especially in that paint area, also in the three-point land. No over and back violation as it was touched by one of the Sarasota Lions. Lions Perception down to one, and that will be a shot clock violation. First one we've seen this afternoon, as we did not see a shot clock violation entirely in that first game.
Shot clock violation just means that it's good defense by the Lions, all over the place, not letting them have any open shots.
Hagee with possession. Tossing it up, and Lakai just missed it. So that'll be a turnover. Possession to the Lions Perception. 7:14 left in the first quarter. Still only 4-0 Sarasota.
And we've seen this with the Sarasota team, typically with the slow starts.
Shot in and out. KJ Robinson was there, and they're going to say last touched by Sarasota. And Keaton Smith will inbound it for the Perception. KJ Robinson will guard him. We saw so many colors for shoes last game, more of black and gray shoes today. We've got a few colors in there. Jalen Smith with the orange and green shoes, kind of that creamsicle, popsicle color.
Certainly sticking out compared to everybody else's.
Keaton Smith with the yellow and reddish green shoes, I think. I can't quite tell from all the way over here, but nonetheless, shot is up and good by Josias Metellus. And the Lions Perception are on the board. 4-2, Sarasota. Hagee finding Smith. Throws it underneath and stolen from Lakai, but it's stolen back by Hagee. Smith is there if after it gets poked away. Smith gets it blocked. It's still going everywhere, and we've got a whistle.
Yeah, a little bit of ping pong action, if you will.
So KJ Robinson picks up his second foul of the first quarter. And possession to the Perception. It's not something you want to have this early in the game, but it happens here. Another shot attempt bouncing up and cannot fall down. And Tim Hagee on the other side, again, can't get it to fall either. On the other side, Smith putting it up, bouncing it, no. Jalen Smith with the defensive rebound.
A lot of missed opportunities here for both of these teams.
Hagee, again, only 4-2. Passing it, oh, just too high by KJ Robinson. And we got a substitute here for Sarasota. KJ Robinson will take a seat. So Malik Watson, number 2, will check in for Sarasota. Again, last played for the Tampa Executive before his first game last weekend against this same Perception team. Missed shot out of bounds and last touched by the Lions Perception. So still 4-2, 5:24 left here in this first quarter. And Sarasota started with that 4-0 run, and just both of these teams have fallen stagnant here. Watson, long 2, just missed it. Jalen Smith thought about chasing it down, but could not quite get there.
We're 5 minutes into here. We've only seen 3 buckets.
Yeah, and we got our first media timeout of this first quarter, Kyle. And I mean, you know, again, this is what I would call another feel-out quarter. I mean, yeah, these teams, this is their third matchup together, but it's almost like, I don't know if it's trying to get used to the Sarasota School of Arts and Sciences again after playing in a different location last time, or I don't know what's going on, but both of these teams just, they came out a little flat today.
I don't know if I would go as far to say it's more the court. I mean, the dimensions are the same, 10 feet baskets, sidelines are the same dimensions, all that. I mean, this is kind of notorious by Sarasota, let's be honest here. We've always seen them, you know, start out a little bit slow. It's kind of a typical thing, and then, of course, it'll be called out third quarter, their magic quarter, or whatever you want to call it. So I don't see this being the theme. I wouldn't be surprised if both of these teams end up, you know, near 90 points by the end of the thing.
Right. Sometimes it's the age-old saying, it's not about how you start, it's how you finish. But, I mean, it's tough when, you know, we talked to head coach, Coach Meyer for Sarasota last weekend when they played the same Lions Perception team, and it's just it's all about starting fast and locking in, and it just always takes them a while. And, you know, as long as you have that magical third quarter, great, but have it start a little bit earlier so that way you don't have to worry about, oh, when is this fire going to kick in? You know, can it just kick in now?
Right.
Nonetheless, out of the media timeout, Perception going to work. Kevin Harvey off the mark, but Keaton Smith is right there to put it in, and we've got our first tie of the game, 4-4. Here in the first quarter, under 5 to play. Jalen Smith with possession, back to Caleb Gilbert. Tim Hagee back to Gilbert. They're doing a good job double-teaming him. Except for that time, pulling from 3 and off the mark. Gets pounced back to Gilbert, back to Hagee again. But I see one ref with his foul hand up in the air.
The shot clock, you got to disregard the shot clock. That was off.
So shot clock was off because we saw it go to 0.
Yeah, once they rebounded the ball, it should have went back to 24.
Okay. So Mr. Hagee from the line, shooting 2, and he bricks the first one. Seen him struggle the first couple of free throws the last couple of games, but he's been able to lock it in as the game persists, and he goes 1 for 2 from the line to break the tie and to go back ahead for the Sarasota Lions 5-4.
Free throws are a great way to try and find your shot for the day.
Good shot fake there, but missed shot. Keaton Smith was there, and a muscle move there by Anthony Lakai. How in the world he took it away from Smith, I don't know. Jalen Smith on the other side puts it up, no good. Lakai just missed it. Smith is there. Smith loses it, and it's taken away, thrown up high back to Smith, but it goes out of bounds near the apparel table. And that will allow Zachary Brent to check in. He'll replace Caleb Gilbert for the Sarasota Lions. And got a stoppage of play for blood on a jersey. So Keaton Smith, I'm guessing, will have to go sit down.
Checking. Someone drew blood. Was it him? Yep, they're going to check out.
So Jonathan Henry will check in for the perception. That's a tough thing to see for the Lions perception. Have one of their best players go down due to blood on the jersey. So corner 3 attempt, no good. Poked away back to Brent. Smith passing it over. This a long 2 if it goes in and out. Tough shot. And lands into the hands there of Jordy Valorio of the perception. 3:33 left. First quarter, still 5-4. And long range 2 in and out. Tim Hagee pulls it down.
We're not even at double digits yet. Talk about a low-scoring game.
Yes. Brent, long 2 if it goes. He can't get it to fly. And the perception on the push here for the offense. Thought about the 3 was Valorio, passed it away. This is Kevon Smith, in and out again for either side. Lakai got stood up, tossing it forward to Malik Watson. Watson over to Brent, high pass to Smith. So now, new number alert. Number 32, Keaton Smith, will now be number 53, as the number 32 jersey was too bloody to use for the game. So if you hear us say 53, that is now Keaton Smith's number. He started the game with 32. Shorts say 32, but the jersey will be 53, just to make that distinction. Same guy, though.
Yeah, it doesn't change who he is.
Henry's shot is no good. Rebound by Donzel Hill, who checked in just a couple seconds ago, as well as Antoine Bradley for 2. 7-4, Sarasota Lions. It wasn't a 3. I saw the ref hold up a 2. Yeah, there it is. So confirmation, that's a 2 ball. So even though it's a long 2, I mean, that shot got the team fired up for a little bit, and we haven't really seen an energy surge from either team yet.
Sometimes you just need to see the ball go through the hoop once to really find your shot, and that's kind of just what both these teams are seeking for right now.
Missed shot there. Another rebound by Donzel Hill. Tim Hagee thought about the 3, pushing it into the paint. Collision central, and it's pulled in by Valorio. Pass ahead, Bradley with the steal. Toss ahead to Hagee. Has a bucket in his grasp, throws it up. Actually bangs his head for fun against the padding. And he'll have a chance for a 3-point play. 9-4, so still early, but we're starting to see that slow start, but starting to pile on some points here for the Sarasota Lions.
It's the first time they've been able to score on back-to-back possessions. That's good to see if you're a Sarasota Lions fan.
Yes. 9-4 is the score. Tim Hagee 1 for 2 from the line thus far, has 1 shot here. And that clunks off the front of the rim, but he chases down his own miss. Puts it up, clunks again. Collision underneath the hoop, and that will go out. Last touched by Sarasota. Fighting for it was Jonathan Henry for the Lions' perception as well. And we got minute 40 left here in this first quarter. Competitive first quarter, to say the least. Both teams trying to find their footing. Sarasota thinks they found it. Lions Perception trying to end that long 3 shot, and it's banked in there by Jonathan Henry. That cuts it back down to 2. It's 9-7.
Good shot there. They needed that really badly. Sarasota was starting to threaten to kind of take away.
Antoine Bradley for 3, no good. Rebound, Jonathan Henry. 67 seconds left in this first quarter. Bradley takes it away, passing it off. It's up and in for Malik Watson. So one team scores the 3, the other answers back. It's a 4-point game.
That's a great pass there. Way to find Malik.
Just his second game with Sarasota. This is a 3-ball if it goes, and it's good for Josias Metellus. He's up to 5 points. 11-10, 1-point match here in this first quarter. 37 seconds left here in the first. Directing traffic is Bradley and Hagee. Zachary Brent off the assist for Donzel Hill. It's 13-10 Sarasota. About a 2.5 second differential shot clock and game clock. Lions Perception wasting no time, throws it up. Good defense there by Donzel Hill. Zachary Brent going crazy with speed, reverses it, lays it up and in. 15-10. 4-0 run here. We'll see if Lions Perception try to shoot a last shot, and the game clock runs out. That will do it for the first quarter. Took a while, but we finally got to double digits for both teams. 15-10 is your score. Sarasota leads the Lions Perception. We'll take a quick break and bring you second quarter action here on the Sunbelt Basketball Association live stream here in Sarasota, Florida.
Alrighty, we're about ready here for second quarter action and game 2 of our Saturday doubleheader here at SBA Digital Network. Sarasota Lions lead this one currently 15-10 over the Lions Perception.
Yeah, back and forth first quarter on defense and a lot of missed shots, but both teams have seemed to find their footing in the last couple minutes of that first quarter.
And Tim Hagee here now looking to do something with it. He'll give it over to Malik Watson at the mid. He puts it in. His 4th point of the ball game. Increases the Sarasota Lions lead to 7. Perception now. Wrap it around. This 3-ball. That one goes through. His second 3.
That's going to be a dangerous weapon for Lions Perception if he can stay consistent from that 3-point line.
Josias Metellus there. This 3-ball by Brent. He tries to answer, no good. Here comes the Perception. Smith. Looking to do something. He'll dish it over there to the corner. A little maybe from the free throw line. A little weak there. Here come the Lions. Yes, if the Perception keep hitting their threes, that's kind of what kept them in that first quarter, was they able to make some late threes there. As that one is a little strong there. Harvey's 3. That one goes through. Kevin Harvey.
And they're starting to feel it now from that 3-point line. So as you said, what kept them in that first quarter is starting to heat up here in less than 2 minutes into the second.
It's keeping them alive. Let's see if they can continue that stroke from outside. Tries to get down there, and that ball is going to stay here. The Lions will maintain possession here. 17-16. Lions lead this one. Looks like we're going to work on the shot clock over here. A little pause in action down to 18, 17, 16, 15. Well, it just keeps going.
10, 9, 8. Ah, dang it.
9.
They got me.
We're at 9 seconds.
At least we know how to count.
Brent, he'll take the quick trigger. No. Lions retain possession. Malik Watson right over to Bradley. Bradley for a deep 2. That one doesn't go. Brent tries to save it. Ooh, it looks like it will stay here. Must have touched a perception player's hand. I didn't see it. Not the greatest angle over here.
I think it was last touched by Metellus because I saw Donzel Hill down there as well, but they must have gotten just enough of one of the perception players to stay with the Lions.
Zakari Brent now. He did a little spin move, a little acrobats. Nothing going, but gets his own rebound. Why not go back up? Can't go there. Another rebound. Oh, and we got a pause in action here. Down there, all the action was going. Bodies were kind of being thrown around. Looks like Kevon Smith.
And that's not something you want to see if you're the Lions' perception. You already had Keaton Smith go down with a bloody nose. He looks like he's still being attended to over on that sideline. Mm-hmm. And now you've got Kevon Smith, who's he got back up and is fine. But I think it's just a tough deal. I mean, you've only got one sub on that sideline.
And he currently has a bloody nose.
Yeah.
Can't really come in right now.
No. So I think for them, they're just trying to get through this second quarter, maybe have him stuff some Vaseline up there to stop his nosebleed and then come back strong for that third quarter. We'll see what happens.
He can't pick that up. Yep, stolen there. And lays it in for the easy lay is Antoine Bradley. Takes advantage of the misplay there.
And it's tough for Kevin Harvey because I think Kevin Harvey mishandled the ball, and I think even if he would have touched it, it would have been
a travel.
So it was kind of a tough deal where he had to just try to stay in position and prevent Bradley from running away, but not a whole lot you could do there without getting penalized for it anyway.
It's tough to keep your body in front of a guy there who's about to come in full charge with that ball and take it.
So it looks like we're going to have our usual layup contest, but we will not be here for it. So we'll toss it to our messages, and we'll continue with the second quarter when we return.
AI Basket is the innovative solution developed by Optimal Way and Group Media Pro to synchronize data collected via the digital score sheet with the match video produced by Automatic TV System. With this video and data synchronization, AI Basket goes one step beyond simple production automation, providing basketball federations and competitions with an absolutely disruptive solution. The system automatically schedules the recordings of all your games, taking into account any delays that may occur. If you wish, in addition to the games, you can also produce training sessions or any other sport that takes place on your court. Watch both live and recorded games from the website or the Federation's app. Enrich your broadcast with graphics.
And welcome back to action out of that timeout. Sarasota Lions lead this one 19-16 for the Lions perception. Lions currently down a man, playing with just 5 at the moment. This midi is good to go there. Josias Metellus up to 10 now. He's kind of keeping this perceptions team in it.
And he's going to be their go-to guy, I think, the rest of the way for this game unless someone else can get hot.
Yes. Antoine Bradley now right on over Malik Watson. This is going to be Brent. He'll grab his own rebound. Kick it out to Hagee. Hagee. Step back midi. Yes. Tim Hagee. Increases the Sarasota lead to 3. Perception now. Swing this one over to Metellus. His 3 ball off the side of the backboard. Here come the Lions. Hagee. He'll take it himself. Lays it in. Same Hagee. Starting to get hot.
And what a way to start that play was Donzel Hill with the defensive rebound, really embracing his role in that paint there.
Reception now. Calling for the high screen. Kicks it around. 3-ball here. That one goes through. A long 2. My apologies for Jordy Valorio. First time he finds the scoreboard today. Hagee, this will be a deep 3. No. Valorio with the rebound. Sarasota by 3. That one's going to fly out of bounds, which will allow us to have a few substitutions here for the Lions. KJ Robinson, Anthony Lakai, and Caleb Gilbert will check in for the Lions.
See how KJ Robinson can do it here. Had those 2 quick fouls in the first quarter. We'll see if he can clean it up here in the second.
Swing this one out. Thought about there. Trying to find open 3 balls here is the perception. Trying to swings that one around. This mini is strong there. Rebound to Caleb Gilbert. Here come the Lions. Down to Hagee. Thought they had him. Great play there. Like Kevon Smith. He'll take it himself. Blocking foul there on Caleb Gilbert. I believe he was in the restricted area down there.
That was a tough deal for Sarasota. There was 2 players in the way back area, so it was pretty much a 5-on-3. So the fact that Caleb Gilbert was able to force, he took a foul, but that's kind of the risk you take. Do you let him score, or do you force him to earn it from the free throw line, and we'll see if it pays off.
Earning it from the free throw line is never a bad move here, as we have seen almost every team have free throw struggles.
Yes.
So this will be Kevon Smith. His first free throw here. And looks like that was a good foul by Caleb Gilbert.
Yeah, and, it's not ideal sometimes, but especially in a situation when you find yourself in a 5-on-3 and you got to do something, there it is.
And allows no points there, so now the Lions will take over here. Hagee will take the screen there. Hagee calling. Hagee up and under, puts it in and one. Tim Hagee with a chance for the 3-point play. What a beauty that was.
This guy kind of reminds me of the old PlayStation 2 game called Burnout Revenge. It's a racing game, and when you take down other drivers or you do certain tricks, your power boost slowly gains. Well, for him, he might have like a slow start, but as soon as that power boost kicks in, it's very hard to stop Tim Hagee.
It's a one analogy. All right. Move on. Smith here, 3-ball. No.
KJ was able to put in the missed free throw there.
Yes. Caleb Gilbert now moving fast down there. And Hagee will find the ball there. A magnet to him. Hagee attacks the rim. Nothing going there. There comes Smith. Smith kicks it out. Over to Harvey. This 3-ball. No. Smith. His midi. Gets a little, I think that got blocked there by Robinson. Brent controls the offense. A little stutter step over. Wow. A good way, great way there to get open by Brent as Caleb Gilbert with the hustle play. Gilbert wide open. Yes. Increases the Sarasota lead to 9 here. Starting to create some separation. This 3-ball. That one goes through. Kevin Harvey up to 6 now. And we're going to have a substitution here. Jalen Smith will check in for Zachary Brent. Perception will get the ball back here after a Sarasota turnover. It'll be Harvey here. Swings it over. This 3-ball, strong. Metellus has missed his past few threes after starting 2 for 2 on the day. Hagee. Gilbert, 3. Ball bouncing around there. Who wants it?
Shots have had good arcs to them. They just haven't been able to find the cup and fall in. I mean, it's been a weird game from 3. They're either right on or they're just a tad bit off.
Yeah, and Sarasota's done a great job at just creating open shots and finding their guys in their pockets. So if those start falling in perception, they might be in trouble. It seems to be a common theme, though, for the Sarasota team. Missing open shots early, and then they find it. Gilbert thought about it. Swings it over to Hagee. Hagee now. Gets it stripped from him, and here comes the perception. Valorio. Out to Metellus. Almost traveled there. This 3-ball. No. Rebounded Smith. He'll take it himself. I think he got stripped there on that one. Smith. Over to Harvey. This 3-ball. No. A lot of threes being attempted here in this one. Gilbert. His midi. Nope.
Feels like we're back in the first quarter where they're getting shots up, but they just aren't falling.
It feels that way.
For either team.
Polar opposite game than we had earlier today, I'll tell you that much. So KJ Robinson now will control the offense for the Lions. He'll swing it over to Gilbert. Sees a lane, lays it in. Caleb Gilbert up to 6 points now.
Timeout on the floor for the Lions perception. I think for them, they're just trying to figure out how to stop the bleeding for now and to somehow counteract what Sarasota's trying to do, because we've seen when Sarasota gets hot, they're very hard to stop. And Tim Hagee, we think, has found a groove, but then they'll start to collapse on them, and then they have to figure out another guy to start scoring. So it's kind of this weird jousting match where Sarasota's trying to pull away and the Lions perception finds something. It's kind of a little bit of the first game, just not as much scoring.
Yeah, and it's not as much for the perceptions on defense, where Sarasota is really just missing a lot of shots right now. But for Lions perception, they really need to just try and figure out an offensive game plan. For me, it just kind of feels like they're looking for the outside shot, not really attacking the paint as much. And if you're going to live and die by the 3, you better be making those threes.
Yeah, and that's the thing that's a double-edged sword with live and die by the 3 is when you're cooking, it's awesome. But when you go ice cold and you don't have a backup plan, hang on for dear life, because the train on the other track is coming for you.
Right, and you better play the best defense of your life if that's going to be the case.
Yes.
Here we go. Just under 2 minutes remaining in this half. There's Jalen Smith. Nice little behind the back to KJ Robinson, who lays it in.
Largest lead for either team being 10.
Yep. Largest lead we've seen all day. Smith here. Throws it down to the low post. And rebounded Lions. I wonder how much that these players, they've been on the court for how many minutes now? Gilbert for 3. No. This Lions perceptions team, none of these guys have come out.
No. I just saw somebody walk in. And I think head coach for the Lions perception handed him a jersey. I don't know who it was.
Well, they must have had a last-minute sub somewhere around here.
Yeah, I don't know.
We'll see at halftime if he checks in. Here's the perception now. This is going to be Harvey. Harvey shuffles his shoes. Another one of those travel calls we're so used to here.
Saw a lot of travels in that first game, Memphis versus St. Cloud, but haven't seen too many of those thus far in Sarasota versus Lion perception.
Not as many, but they have been there, yes. Jalen Smith swings it around to Caleb Gilbert. He thinks about it. Will throw it down the low post to Lakai. Lakai's shot Just goes out. Gilbert out to Smith. Thought about that three. He'll take the midi instead. Rebounded Perception. It's going to be Jonathan Henry. He'll kick it out to Metellus. Back over to Henry. Tries to get it down to the low post. That is Valorio, but just misses his hands. So the Lions will take over here. Just a 1 second separating game clock and shot clock, or more now since it hasn't started. Well, looks like about 8 seconds now. Caleb Gilbert will have to take a shot here. Looks like he wants it himself. He loses control. Fast break here for the Perception. Whoa! Anthony Nakai says, get that weak stuff out of here. Wait a minute. We might have a foul here. Malik Watson might get 2 shots here at the end of the half. And that will be on Jonathan Henry. It will be. So Malik Watson will get to shoot 2 free throws before we head to the locker room.
Kai looked like Bo Jackson running for a touchdown for the Oakland Raiders. I mean, the guy had Harvey had a clear lane to get the easy layup, and Lakai said, "Not on my watch. Watch this."
He did. He went flying down that court. That's for sure.
He looked like he just got his pilot's license for Delta because that man was flying.
It looks like they're going to add 1.3 second. Oh, 0.6. I don't know what they're doing. 0.6 seconds on the clock. Okay. Kept changing it on us. Malik Watson. First one goes through. Nice little bonus for you before you head to half. Why not?
That's why you got to be careful in these games because you cannot commit a foul even if you think there's zeros on the clock because you never know how close it is.
Watson, his own rebound, almost puts up one heck of a play there. But needless to say, Sarasota, they will enter the half up 11 over Lions Perception to 34-23. Counter was a bit of a slow start. Kind of stayed slow throughout the game. I mean, 34-23 might be one of the lower scoring games we've seen so far.
Yeah, but the same holds true. They've been consistent. They have a slow start, like you said, but they start stretching it in that second quarter. And I think the biggest thing, they capitalized off Perception mistakes, and they just started playing their game. I mean, and another thing Coach Meyer said is they struggle with playing down to other teams' level.
Yes.
That's what he said last game, and I think they started to play their game, stretch it. They're starting to play a lot more clear and connected together. And I'll tell you what, Malik Watson is like the dark horse right now to be player of the game. Still early pick right now behind Tim Hagee, but I think should be in for a fun one when we return from halftime.
And even Caleb Gilbert, he's got 6 right now. Just so people know, we've got Keaton Smith here. He's shooting free throws before the half. He's the one who busted up his nose there earlier, so we'll see if he comes back okay for the second half. But before that action, in about 9 minutes, we'll take a break for Kyle Ainsworth and Conrad Volch. This is the SBA Digital Network. Don't go anywhere.
AI Basket is the innovative solution developed by Optimal Way and Group Media Pro to synchronize data collected via the digital score sheet with the match video produced by Automatic TV System. With this video and data synchronization, AI Basket goes one step beyond simple production automation, providing basketball federations and competitions with an absolutely disruptive solution. The system automatically schedules the recordings of all your games, taking into account any delays that may occur. If you wish, in addition to the games, you can also produce training sessions or any other sport that takes place on your court. Watch both live and recorded games from the website or the Federation's app. Enrich your broadcast with graphics and stats just like any professional production, fully automatically and unattended. From the Federation's app, view clips of any action registered on the digital score sheet. Save your team's most interesting plays and review them with the players to improve technical skills. Create and share personalized content for each team and player. Each player will automatically receive a video with a compilation of their plays. And as if all this were not enough, AI Basket is also an effective tool for federations management, consisting of different portals for federations, clubs, referees, coaches and federates, as well as a website and an app. The first step has been taken, but thanks to our AI algorithms' understanding of the game, we have another major innovation in our sights: being able to generate statistics fully automatically. This is AI Basket, the most complete solution in the world of basketball.
Superpatch is the most advanced wearable technology in the market, with 15+ years of research and development. Superpatches are 100% drug-free, non-invasive, and backed by science. Our skin absorbs and transmits information from many different types of stimulation. Every physical, emotional, and psychological function has a corresponding neural code or message in our brain that controls and regulates it. Due to factors such as injury, stress, genetics, etc., these neural codes can get disrupted, leading to poor health, wellness, and performance. At Superpatch, we've decoded these neural messages that manage the neural control of physical, emotional, and psychological functions. Every single Superpatch has a unique pattern of ridges in it, similar to a QR code. When these ridges come in contact with our skin, the receptors in and around our skin send a message to our brain, which then decodes it. This intricate pattern of ridges is known as vibrotactile technology, or VTT for short. When the patch stimulates the skin receptors, it generates and sends a very complex signal to our brain to correct the specific neural codes that may be disrupted. The effects are almost immediate, so you focus less on overcoming wellness and quality of life challenges and more on living a happier and healthier life. Whether it's improving your sleep, enhancing your sports performance, or unlocking other life-enhancing benefits, Superpatch has you covered. Try Superpatch today and start your health and wellness journey. www.superpatch.com.
This is Sports Thread, and this is the new free Sports Thread app, changing recruiting forever.
Once again, here we go. Know the name, know the flow.
The first social network made for athletes, where you can show your talent.
Thought I was weak, huh? You ain't see the work I put in all week, huh?
And where you can be seen by athletes, fans, and coaches nationwide. Upload all your stats to the app. Get exposure to college coaches. Get clout. And get certified with a check mark that will change your life. Join the squad. Download the Sports Thread app today. Sports Thread, it's always free.
Called inside. That was off out of Okoka. His first personal, first team foul. Nick Perkins up one of those two. Sander Hutchinson.
My name is Brent Bishop. I'm a fitness expert, kinesiologist. I own a studio, Think Fitness Studios. And aside from that, I'm a fitness expert on a national program that airs weekly. And what I experienced today, it's still kind of blowing me away, actually. Because, you know, I'm used to working out and pushing myself to the limit. On 2 particular exercises, I didn't think, like, I couldn't do anything else, definitely, physically. And then just to be able to all of a sudden perform with good form and bang out, 3 to 5 more reps on something, it just blew me away. So, yeah, I'm impressed. I'm impressed.
AI Basket is the innovative solution developed by Optimal Way and Group Media Pro to synchronize data collected via the digital score sheet with the match video produced by Automatic TV System. With this video and data synchronization, AI Basket goes one step beyond simple production automation, providing basketball federations and competitions with an absolutely disruptive solution. The system automatically schedules the recordings of all your games, taking into account any delays that may occur. If you wish, in addition to the games, you can also produce training sessions or any other sport that takes place on your court. Watch both live and recorded games from the website or the Federation's app. Enrich your broadcast with graphics and stats just like any professional production, fully automatically and unattended.
And we welcome you back here to the Sunbelt Basketball Association here for Game 2 of this doubleheader. Not traditional doubleheader because one team is not playing twice, but nonetheless, this is the second matchup of the day, this featuring Sarasota Lions and the Lions Perception. First game was St. Cloud against Memphis Blues, which finished 100-98. But interesting stat that we both found, Kyle. Well, you found it. Sarasota had 35 rebounds and 34 points. I don't think I've ever seen a team any level do that. Not saying it's never happened, but what an interesting stat, to say the least, for this game.
To be honest with you, I'm going to start keeping track of this. I'm sure it won't last, but it is an interesting thing to follow here.
So 19 seconds into the third quarter, we got our first foul, and our man Keaton Smith, wearing number 53 for the jersey because his 32 jersey got too much blood on it, has returned. We're happy to see he's in the lineup. Also making his first appearance is number 7 of Renee Alexander. He's got the ball for the Perception, down 11, 34-23. It's the lowest scoring first half at this game, at this arena in league history. So,
not too much history here so far,
right,
but
still,
not wrong.
I believe this is the 9th game of this summer series, so still a big deal, in my opinion. So 9:21 left here, and that is a 3-ball scored by the Perception, Kevon Smith, and that's a thing we talked about. If the Perception can figure out this 3-point line, they're going to be dangerous for Sarasota.
That seems to be the best way they feel like they're going to stay in this thing.
Jalen Smith, good passes here. Tim Hagee tossing it up. Got it off with about 2 seconds to spare to avoid the shot clock violation. Missed shot, 34-26. This will be another 3-ball if it goes. In and out. KJ Robinson able to get it and avoid the collision. Hagee driving into the paint, got 3 different Perception players on him, and he gets it to fall and the score goes back to 10 here for the Sarasota Lions. Missed shot there by the perception. Hagee starting to heat up again, tossing it over to Smith, has time, tossing it high, in and out. And Robinson ends up with it after it flies all over the place, and Hagee finishes the job. And we've got a 12-point lead. Again, largest lead for either team in this game.
Don't let Tim Hagee get hot, or you might as well just book your trip back to Orlando, honestly.
Yes. Keaton Smith dicing and dribbling and getting the ball to fall. I can't even imagine how much pain he's in with that nose, but he's still playing hard as Tim Hagee gets another shot up. And as you said, Kyle, starting to heat up here.
Yep. It might be because of that, special third quarter we always like to talk about.
And it's holding true here. But the Sarasota Lions very consistent here, especially in this third quarter, as the shot is banked in for a long two for Renee Alexander. Cuts it back down, keeps it within 10 for the Lions' perception. Caleb Gilbert passing it to Smith, keeps his feet inbounds. Lakai lost it, still being drug around, and Alexander able to come up with the defensive rebound. Smith nearly got a piece of that. This will be a three if it goes. No good. Bouncing around, picked up here by Harvey. And that bounces off, and we've got a foul away from the ball. And we'll see what happens here. Lakai picks up his first foul. First team foul of the quarter.
That is one heck of a tape job they did on Keaton Smith. You see that thing?
Yeah, no, I'm not going to lie. They did such a good tape job, I almost didn't see his nose.
That thing must have really been leaking for him.
Yeah, it's tough.
Good thing he's out here, though.
Hagee once again picks up another bucket. And he, I believe, has scored 6 out of the last 8 Lions points for Sarasota. Fadeaway jumper, no good. KJ Robinson just out-jumping Smith for the rebound. Hagee again. And, I mean, at this point, it's automatic, like my Nissan Pathfinder.
Oh.
And it's 44-32. Were you not ready for that one?
Well, my Chevy Malibu is also automatic.
There you go. See, you joined the party with the analogies. That's a shot made there by Josias Metellus.
Speaking of which, as you did a tally mark there.
Yes. Gilbert for the long two if it goes. No good. Rebound, Valario. And Alexander will lead the brigade. Again, only down 10. Perception to the Sarasota Lions. If they can keep this game within 10, they should have a chance going into the Elam ending fourth, and just like that, cut it down to 7 for number 7, Renee Alexander. See if Hagee answers. This time he decides to give it up to Robinson. Lakai bouncing it off of Jalen Smith. And we have our media timeout here in the third quarter. And again, the heat is starting to kick up for Hagee on the Sarasota side, but for Lions perception, as we've seen it at least try to start, the three is starting to come alive here, and I just don't know what's going to happen between these two teams, because on one side you've got the takeover guy that we know that we're used to seeing take over, but on the other side they're starting to spread out the three between guys like Harvey and now Alexander and even Metellus, so you just really don't know who to guard.
For Alexander, he hasn't even been here for 20 minutes, and he's already got 5 points. He's second on the team in scoring. No, third on the team in scoring.
Yeah.
Maybe he's what they needed. Maybe he's Jesus that just walked through the doors. I don't know, but he's here.
That's a pretty high name
praise.
To give to somebody.
Well, you know what? Let's see. I tend to do those.
Yeah.
Do that.
I know there was a former quarterback for the now LA Chargers, then San Diego Chargers. He was a third stringer. His name was Charlie Whitehurst, and he had hair about as long as mine, and his nickname was Clipboard Jesus.
Yeah.
Because he held the clipboard and he looked like Jesus, I guess. But to try and compare that as we got the third quarter fun going on as a couple kids have to put on the oversized shorts and jersey to try and win tickets to the game tomorrow. And, so, it's crazy. I remember being that short and that small, and now those jerseys and shorts are actually my size now. So it's kind of funny to see the circle of life as it moves on, per se.
I would have loved to do that when I was that age. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, but see, I don't want to trip over my own 2 feet if I can help it. I mean,
Get a little, bumps and bruises never hurt anybody.
Oh, you mean like this?
Yes.
Oops.
That's exactly what I mean.
Oh. I don't know. I don't know what I was doing there, but you know what? At the end of the day, sometimes if you punch it hard enough, you'll start to grow some biceps like this.
Okay. All right. Is that a dig?
No,
I'm kidding.
No, it was a kill.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, that's volleyball. My bad.
Okay.
Anyway, we return to action here in the third quarter. Lions Perception down by 7, trying to cut it down to at least 5. Alexander just off the mark with the 3. KJ Robinson will pull down the rebound. Under 5 minutes remaining before Elam rule ending takes effect in the fourth. Gilbert. Jalen Smith. Back to Gilbert. Trying to decide what to do. Hagee. Drives it in, bouncing no good. Rare miss there from Tim Hagee here in this third quarter. Little pass around here. Valorio throws it up, no good. Late foul call. And I believe they're going to get Lakai. I think. No, they're going to get Caleb Gilbert, his second foul. So that'll be in the act of shooting. So Valorio will go to the line and shoot 2.
They seem to have found some actions that are really working for Hagee. You see all the movement going on at the half court with Sarasota, all going to Hagee's way. They seem to have found something to really attack this Perception's defense, and that's probably why he has 19 now.
So Valorio misses both free throws. So again, the foul not ideal, but it paid off for Sarasota as no points were scored, and Caleb Gilbert gets the shot and the foul. He'll go to the line to shoot 1. And you got a team on one side that missed both free throws. You got the other side makes the shot. And whether you make the shot or not, it's back up to a 9-point game already.
It could be a difference of 5 points on that kind of transition there.
So Zachary Brent checks back in for Jalen Smith. Waiting for some shoes to get tied. Caleb Gilbert for 1. And the 1, mobile 1, goes in.
Oh, boy.
47-37, back up to 10. As I keep saying, if this Lions Perception team can keep this game within 10 points, they have a chance. And so far they've done that, but
certainly
Sarasota keeps stretching it back out. So Keaton Smith tossing it over towards Kevon Smith. Henry avoids a couple guys, goes up, can't make it. Nearly got a travel. They throw it off of Hagee, but last touched at the last possible second by Henry. And turnover back to Sarasota.
Yeah.
Ran out of real estate there for that as the referee's checking the ball to make sure I don't know if they're trying to get some sweat off of it or to make sure it didn't deflate, or I don't know what's going on.
Seems to be a bit of a moisture problem, probably sweat.
Yeah. Smooth little toss back there by the referee.
All right, a little no-looker by the ref.
It's like he's still playing.
How about it?
Kari Brent, high pass into Donzel Hill, checks in. KJ Robinson it's a little too strong there. Rebound, Henry. Alexander will lead the brigade here for the Lions Perception. Guarded by Zachary Brent. Metellus trying to go to work in the paint, tossing it over towards Henry. And are they going to say foul on the 3? Yes, they are. So three free throws coming up for Jonathan Henry, and that'll be the 3rd foul committed by KJ Robinson. And kept it clean in that for the remainder of that second quarter, and now over half. I say 2/3 of the way through this third quarter, but I feel like, since it's 5 fouls and you're out, once you get to that third, I feel like the sense of urgency starts to kick in to kind of be more careful, but then that's when the 4 usually comes around.
You
if you're not
certainly
careful.
want to acknowledge it. You want to acknowledge that you're at 3, especially when you're in the third quarter, because you don't want to enter the fourth having to play a little safe.
Right. But, I mean, Memphis Blues last game had 4 guys in with 4 fouls, and none of them fouled out.
Right.
I mean, I don't know how they did that, but, they played a clean Elam-ending fourth quarter. That's all I got to say. So 1 for 3, 47-38. Zachary Brent says, hey, let me try this, and he gets it to go. 3-point ball, making it 50-38. So 3 cashing in for the Sarasota Lions. Kevon Smith tossing it, and it's tipped and intercepted by Tim Hagee, flying the other way, underneath to K.J. Robinson, and it's up and in. That was a smooth pass in transition there by Tim Hagee. And Osias Metellus draws the foul as we got bodies falling all over the floor like that drowning pool song. So we'll see if they go to the line here. But very physical third quarter. Seen a little bit of sloppy play, but we've also seen some good competitive play here. And, I mean, it's just been one heck of a third quarter. I mean, it's not the typical magical third quarter we're used to seeing, but this is probably the best basketball we've seen Sarasota play in this game thus far.
In this game for sure, and, we tip our hats to the third quarter.
Yes.
Typically what we see. It hasn't been their best third quarter by any means, but they're starting to feel some sort of rhythm, and you can almost thank Tim Hagee for that, coming on his back, scoring. I think he's in double digits just this quarter.
I forget what that movie this song comes from, but it's like, I've got rhythm, and I forgot the rest of it. But, yeah, the rhythm is definitely falling for the Sarasota side. And
if anyone knows the song, let us know. I'm not sure how you can let us know, but figure out a way to let us know.
Yeah, I know it's from a movie. I just can't remember which one. But it starts out, I've got rhythm. I wish I could remember. I know it's not The Wizard of Oz, I don't think, because that'd be like reaching back into the throwback category. But I don't know. 1 for 2 from the line goes the Lions' perception, and we've got not sure what the heck just happened there. So Donzel Hill gets his foul. So bonus shots will be tossed up and in. I'm being told it was an elbow that was thrown. And once again, missed shot here from the free throw line. So even though it's been 2 quick fouls, it's really not hurting Sarasota all that bad because not all the free throws are going in.
Yeah, the perception, one thing to take away here today is they have certainly struggled from the free throw line.
Donzel Hill gets the defensive rebound off the missed shot. K.J. Robinson cannot handle that. Ends up into the arms of Keaton Smith going the other way. And that is a banked in long 2 there by Josias Metellus. 52-41. Tim Hagee fighting through the mess and extends the lead back to 13.
You think you start getting a little comeback going, then Tim Hagee decides, shut you up a little bit.
Yes.
That's typically how that works.
Perception. Good passing here. Long 3 if it's in, and it is in. Good shot there by Metellus. He had the beautiful stroke on that, and they're once again, keeping this game within 10. Robinson for 2. Too strong. And it gets shoved back to Brent. He is just too strong as well, still bouncing around. Robinson, they're saying, hey, throw it this way. It's going to us, and down goes the one camera. I was ready, though. I had my hands up. I was ready to catch it, but it still would have been out of bounds, and I couldn't throw it even if I tried. So, but hey, you know what? You had 2 balls roll towards you. I had one thrown right in my direction.
The camera saved your life.
We might as well be in the game. You know, we
Camera
might as well
saved your
just be
life
in
there.
the game. It's a beautiful day here in the land of Sarasota.
Well, anyways.
And huge shout out to Mr. O for putting the camera back in its place and getting back to his computer. Where would we be without Mr. O?
Not here.
No. Be home on my couch being sad, but that's okay. So Tim Hagee with possession, flying the other way. Gets it into Robinson. Back to Bradley. Throws it up, and it bouncing all sorts of directions on the hoop and falls in. Hadn't seen Bradley too much since that second quarter, making his presence known at the end of the third. About 70 seconds left before Elam Ending takes over. Good shot there. Rebound taken back there. Still no. KJ Robinson gets the rebound and collects the foul against Jordy Valorio. Thought he was going to get caught for foot out of bounds, but must have, what's the term, levitated that right foot. Because from our angle down that line, it looked like it just may have grazed outside the red line, but I guess
just hovered.
There you go. That's
hovered better than levitate.
I don't know why I said levitate. He's not like standing there and going up like something with booster rockets. I don't know. I swear I'm okay, guys.
I don't know if he is.
Long two.
Two games might be too much for.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time I've called 2 games in one day. I think I called 3 one time, if I remember correctly. It's been a minute.
How crazy were you after that?
Yes.
Yes. Leave it at that.
So we got a travel call, rare travel call in this game on the perception. We saw so much traveling in that first game, and it's really been a clean game in that category. Mm-hmm. So about a 1.7 second differential between shot clock and game clock. Hill can't get it to fall, but he gets his own rebound back. And still all over the place, we've got an ice rink on the floor, and it's going to be a foul. Ref points his finger, and it'll be 2 shots. So I believe Kevon Smith has earned himself 2 bonus shots. Try and cut this lead down to 12 points.
These would sure be nice to have before entering that Elam ending.
Yes. But, Coach Meyer getting it done. That's a big sweat mark on that floor.
Huge.
You know, when I was working for the Orlando Valkyries to clean the sweat off the floor, it's normal to see that for volleyball because they have to dive for balls from hitting the floor and stuff to get digs. But that's a big sweat mark for basketball.
Well, it's pretty hot in here, and then when you were doing your interview earlier, you could see the sweat off. Oh man, it's hot in here.
Oh my God, yeah. But hey, you know what? It's crazy you say that because we're sitting here just calling the game.
Yes.
And we're sweating. Imagine how those players feel because the guy we interviewed last game.
That's what I was saying. It was
DeCario Smith. He was dripping.
Yeah.
He looked like he had just ran through like some sprinklers or took a shower in his jersey.
He was also jumping out of the gym all day, so that may.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, he was dunking like donuts. It was crazy. But and we're not talking about coffee. So
or donuts.
No, exactly. We're just talking about, Sunbelt Basketball Association. Zakari Pro, my goodness. I guess 5 seconds was all he needed because he made that defense look silly and drove it up and in. 60-46. Back to 14.
Hello.
Back to 14 is the score. 60-46. Target score is 81 points. We'll see how it all plays out for Elam ending fourth quarter here on the SBA live stream.
My name is Brent Bishop. I'm a fitness expert, kinesiologist. I own a studio, Think Fitness Studios. And aside from that, I'm a fitness expert on a national program that airs weekly. And what I experienced today, it's still kind of blowing me away, actually. Because, you know, I'm used to working out and pushing myself to the limit. On 2 particular exercises, I didn't think, like, I couldn't do anything else, definitely, physically. And then just to be able to all of a sudden perform with good form and bang out.
And welcome back. Fourth quarter action here. Elam target score is 81. Sarasota Lions lead this one 60-46. I'm Kyle Ainsworth here with Conrad Volch, and we just happy to be here, man.
Yes. Happy with a capital H.
Are
to
you
be
now?
Exact. And just like that, I think it was the fourth quarter where it was like 19 seconds in, we had a foul. I think this one happened in like 13, but there's no time. So
yeah, we can't really judge it anymore. This is Anthony Lakai at the free throw line, though.
So the Sarasota needs 21 points to win, and Lions Perception need
35.
Yes. So 35-21 is the differential here.
And Lakai's second free throw also goes out, but oh boy, Zachary Brent. We've seen him have some fourth quarter magic before. That one does not go through. It's going to be Kevon Smith now. Try and get that one to the corner, but Hagee all over it. Bodies on the floor, back out to Smith. Smith calling for an action. Doesn't get it. That ball coming right back at us. We do.
Kyle, that's 3 for you and 1 for me. I mean, they might as well just sign us.
Well, I think Mr. O's heart just dropped again. Camera almost went gone.
It almost got it.
Got it. Zachary Brent will grab that rebound after the Smith misses that long three. Hagee, he'll take his midi, and that'll go through. Tim Hagee kind of reminds me of Sean Livingston.
How's that?
Automatic mid-range jumper, I'll tell you what.
You know he never missed a mid-range in his entire career?
Sean Livingston?
Yeah.
Never?
Dead serious. Never missed a mid-range.
I felt like it. I'm a Cavs fan. I had to watch him against the Warriors, and he just made every single one.
Hey, at least you got 1 out of the 4 appearances.
That's true. Smith now. This three, a little strong there, rebounded by Brent. Oh.
And Mackay with the steal.
They came running by the table so fast, my papers went everywhere. Thought we were outdoors for a second. Scary Brent down into the post, over to the corner now. Bradley back out to Hagee here. Looking to make something happen, swings it back out to Brent. His shot's long. Rebounded Robinson back out to Hagee. Hagee will take the screen here. He thinks about it. He takes it. He cashes it. Ball there by Tim Hagee.
Right before that shot, Coach Meyer put his hands kind of like, hey, slow it down, take a minute, and I think that's what helped him on that shot versus rushing it, because sometimes when you see athletes rush the shot, it doesn't usually end well. So by coaching him up and saying, hey, like, take a minute, and he did. He collected himself, kind of moved over a little bit to get maybe to that sweet spot that he's used to on that side of the where the good old-fashioned three-point line is. And, I mean,
rushing your shot can take you out of your motion.
Right.
Everyone's got a motion in the pocket. He went over there, and he had plenty of time, so no need to rush. And, you know, he's now up to 26 points. So.
Well, and to not drop another analogy on you, but to –
I've lost count.
But but no, like when you take your car to the car wash, if you go flying through it, you're going to leave with not that much water and too much soap on it, and it's going to look gross than when you first went in there.
If you fly through a car wash, I think you're probably going to wreck your car, honestly.
But maybe. But if you take your time, like that shot, it'll get nice and clean, and it'll remind you when you first bought it last week before you drove it off the lot.
Right.
Or, I'm sorry, 20 years ago. I don't know. but no, like, in all seriousness, though, just like anything, if you rush it too fast, it'll end up worse than what you started with.
Tim Hagee tries to get in the mix there on the full court press, but Perception will maintain the ball. Here's Smith. Now Alexander will bring it up over to Metellus. Metellus, leading scorer here for the Perception. This one, Smith, 3, yes. Kevon Smith now up to 6.
That's just what the Perception have been missing for most of the second half, and they absolutely need to start getting hot from 3 if they want to have a chance to get back into this game.
Yeah, they're going to need a lot more of that, and also that capitalize on Sarasota's turnovers.
So we're having a conference here to figure out who has possession, and they say it's the Perception.
I believe that was the right call. So yes, the Perception will inbound.
Mr. Zachary Brent, I guess, looks like he applied some WD-40 to his hips because he got some dance moves there.
Here's the Perception now. It's going to be Alexander controlling the offense. He'll take the high screen. This is going to be Metellus. His 3 ball. A little strong. Rebounded Hagee. Hagee thought about the through pass. And that one does not go for Bradley. This he goes through. A long 2 there by Kevon Smith, but hey, Perception on a little 5-0 run now.
Yeah, cutting it back to 14.
KJ Robinson. What a move there by Robinson. Finds the rack and puts it through.
He created just enough separation to drive in to the paint, and, I mean, smooth as it gets.
Yes, smooth as butter. That 3 ball is just as smooth.
He heard you say that. He's like, I might not like butter, but this is some margarine.
Margarine. I can't believe it's not butter. How about Zachary Brent? No. Smith. Sarasota Lions lead at 13 right now. Smith loses his footing and through the hands.
It's a tough deal there for the Perception. They're starting to, the momentum is starting to swing their way. We saw them do that in the last game up at the John L. Taylor building. Luckily for Sarasota, they were able to clamp down and finish the game. But Lions Perception, they figure it out sort of in the 4th, but Sarasota just has to stay focused here.
Yep. Hagee to Bradley. Bradley, midi. No. Rebound and Perception. Here they come. Smith. Outlet pass. Alexander. He'll take it himself, but Robinson's there to contest, and it works. Hagee with the rebound. Hagee thought about pulling it, gives it to Brent. He'll take the 3. That one's off the front iron. Hagee, my turn. Yes. Tim Hagee up to 29 now.
Wow.
Well, Tim Hagee, he may have started slow today, but it's back to him just outscoring everybody by a wide margin today.
You said he sells insurance?
He sells insurance.
Well, it looks like the insurance sales are starting to pick up a little bit for Mr. Hagee here in this 4th quarter.
He's getting them their insurance points.
Yes.
If you will.
Or as they say in hockey, there's the game-winning goal, and then there's the insurance goal.
Which I'm not sure there can be insurance when you're playing to a target score.
Maybe not.
You know what I mean? Like
liability insurance.
Liability insurance, maybe?
Right.
Okay.
You have to have it.
Well, I think he sells life insurance.
Well, he's giving the team life. I don't know.
Shout out to Maggie.
Oh, my gosh. I don't know what this is anymore, but I'm trying to bring you some fun and some
it's a lack of
entertaining
fluids. That's what it is. We're sweating over here, all right?
Hey, that's okay. You know what? Sometimes you just got to sweat it out.
Right.
Right.
Well, 70-54 here. Target score, as a reminder, is 81, so the Sarasota Lions just 11 points away from that so amazing nail in the coffin.
Yes, and 27 on the other side for Lions Perception. Still a winnable game for either team, but if you're Sarasota, you're starting to feel it now.
Yes. And they have been in this spot so many times before, so nothing new. Nothing new here. Tim Hagee picks the pocket there. He'll get the wide open 3. Go slow. Put it in. Tim Hagee. Ha-ha. Why not, kid?
That's the "Are you not
Or grandpa.
entertained" shot.
Are you not entertained? Tim Hagee up to 32 points now. And that's going to be Kevon Smith gets fouled there. He'll go to the line for 2.
And that sweat puddle there is probably going to warrant another delay here to wipe that off, I think. I don't know. But
Bradley certainly notices it.
yeah, as pointed out by Jordy Valorio. Oh, here we go. The towel has made its appearance. 6th man of the game for either side. Keeping
The real MVP
Yes.
is the towel. That's who we will be interviewing is the towel today.
As far as we know, we're not sure yet. But
Hey, listen, that towel's put in overtime. All right?
Yes.
Overtime.
yes. But floor is now clean and the ice rink has disappeared. So the players will be safe.
And now Smith will get his 2 shots.
So we got Keaton Smith waiting to come back in for the perception. Again, what a effort here from Smith. Got hit in the nose earlier in the game. Had to come out because of blood on his jersey. Switched from jersey 32 to 53. And bandage and all on that nose has made it work and has fought through it.
Hope he's got some bleach at home.
Yes.
And Lions perception will maintain possession. That 3 ball is blocked there by Robinson. Robinson now has it. He'll look for the outlet. He'll kick it on over there. Out to Hagee. Another 3 ball. No. That one almost. So Kari Brent did a deep 2. Nope.
That was a rushed shot by Zakari. I think if he would have maybe taken 1 extra second before shooting it, he had a defender on him, but that one was just a little bit rushed.
Feel like you would have. Yeah, that's a fair assessment. That's a fair assessment. 8 points is all the Lions need now. Smith will bring it up, controlling the offense. He'll take the high screen there by Valorio. Valorio. Off-ball screen there, Smith will use. We'll stay here. 10 on the shot clock. Kicked out there. Alexander for 3. A little short there. Hagee. He'll take the midi floater. Yes, he will. They're up to 34 now, just 7 points away.
Ooh.
He had some contact down there. KJ Robinson, he was looking for that block. He really wanted it.
Yeah, the Keaton Smith was screaming for it because he was all alone down there. But Lakai couldn't quite get to it, but I think he made Keaton Smith pause just enough to allow Robinson to get there. It forced the foul, but again, the way both these teams have been, especially the Perception, have been shooting from the free throw line, it's almost you'll take the risk.
Exactly. And you always got to be aware when KJ Robinson's within blocking distance, he's going to get there. So the first free throw here is no good for Smith. And Josias Metellus will check in now for Jonathan Henry.
We'll see if he can get that heat back from that three-point line that he's been able to create throughout this game.
He got a lot of work to do here. Keaton Smith makes that one. Caleb Gilbert will now control the offense. Caleb Gilbert out to Hagee. Hagee, why not? Again. This one is a little strong.
I think they're going to get Lakai for over-the-back violation.
Yes, they are. I think Sarasota Lions here are desperately just wanting to end this thing, and they're kind of just chucking every three up they get.
Well, yeah, because you look at it as, okay, 2 threes, the game's over, or we could take 3 twos.
3 ball here, Smith. He puts that one through. Kevon Smith up to 15 now. Sakari Brent. Over to Hagee. He'll take the high screen. And they're going to call an illegal screen there on Anthony Lakai. So Sarasota Lions kind of just playing with their food right now, allowing the Perception to kind of just hang around.
And same thing we saw the last game these two teams played. You don't want to give a team like the Perception any sort of hope.
And they're going to say hit the top wire. So that will mean it's out of bounds. Sarasota Lions ball, and Zakari Brent will control the offense. And that off to Hagee. Hagee looking for the high screen here. He'll take it, picks up his dribble out to Gilbert. Back to Hagee. Hagee now. He'll take another screen. Hagee, 3, contested. Just hits the rim. Brent will get it. Fades, nothing. Still can't buy a bucket here in the last few possessions.
So Brent, I think they're going to call him for the foul there on Keaton Smith.
And it looks like...
I don't think there's a bonus on that. Yeah, there isn't.
3 ball here. That goes through. Metellus now up to 20 points. 75-62. Better be careful. Hagee, he decides, you know what? Let's just attack the basket. Don't blame you. Up to 36 now. If he makes these, if Hagee had something, I was looking down, taking score here. Conrad, did you catch that?
I really didn't, and I was looking almost directly at it.
I know that he warned those two, Brent and Smith, over on the other side here, maybe a possession or two ago. They were just talking, talking crap. I think any athletes do, but something else must have fired something up to give Brent a technical.
They called a technical on so Zakari Brent got the original technical foul. Now they just called a technical on Keaton Smith for the Perception. So
they're double technicals handed out.
I guess. I don't know. Kind of just along for the ride at this point.
But so Metellus here, he will shoot the free throw. He'll put that through. And now Sarasota will also get the free throw.
And if Tim Hagee makes this shot, these Lions can win on a 3, but if he no? I'm confused.
Nope, they're just kind of collecting themselves here. He will shoot the free throw, though.
So if they make it, they can win on a 3. If they miss, they still have to win it with 2 shots.
Yes.
Unless it's you get fouled on a 3, you make the 3, and then you get you make the free throw. So I don't know.
So similar to last week, correct?
Kind of, except Tim Hagee was fouled on a 3, didn't make the 3, but made all 3 free throws.
Well, Sarasota will check it in. They're just 3 points away here from calling this one.
See who makes the nail in the coffin shot.
Yep. If Tim Hagee hits a 3 here, he'll be up to 40 points.
He scored 38 last game.
He's at 37 right now, I believe. There's that 3. No. Hagee again. He wants it. He wants it. Yes, he gets it. Tim Hagee. Nail in the coffin.
And back-to-back games against the Perception. He won it on 3 free throws the last game, won it on a true 3 this time. I mean, what can this man do?
Tim Hagee, he came into this game averaging, what, almost 28 points per game today. This might be a season high for him, 40?
I think so, too.
Season high for Tim Hagee today, 40 points.
Came in averaging just under 28 a game, so I think his average is going to go up again.
I believe 31 of those points. Now, I'm saying 40. I manually do this myself, so I could be a point or two off. But he came into the second half with just 9 points.
Unbelievable. Talk about taking off, and he will be our player of the game. Oh, as Mr. Kyle will get the honor of interviewing him.
What do we got?
He had 3 points.
3 points, huh?
40. That is a season high for the summer series there. 9 boards, 3 assists. I think he had some other stuff too. Let me find out. Yeah, like two of them too. At least 2. Unless they count his rebounds on 3 steals. That's it. Other than that, he was lazy.
Yeah, pick up the energy, man.
Trying to do all I can. I got plenty for tomorrow.
Oh.
Just come in here.
Okay.
How's it going, everybody? Kyle Answorth here. Player of the game, Mr. Tim Hagee. Share a little bit.
I just play hard, man. My
That's right.
teammates push me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 40 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists. Fun little fact for here, a little stat here. Going into the second half, you guys actually had more rebounds than points. So with that being said, offense maybe started a little slow today.
Mm-hmm.
No surprise there. Not no surprise, but no guessing game there. In that second half, you came out on fire. What was kind of the mentality going into that second half?
We was better than what we was playing. Not gonna make no excuse, but it's very hot in here.
Yeah.
The ball was slick, but even with that, we knew we could do a lot better, and that was pretty much the talk when we went to the locker room. The defense was there. We just wanted to play a little bit harder.
Yeah.
And we knew the offense would come if we were playing defense.
Exactly.
It kind of just came from that.
And that's what we saw. It's your third time seeing these guys. The saying is, it's tough to beat a team 3 times.
It is.
Maybe these guys came in thinking they could finally get you, but you guys, you dug your feet in the dirt there and stayed strong there. Was there any sort of game plan coming into this game in general?
Just focus on what we do, like we've been doing all year.
Right.
Not to downgrade any other team, but as long as we come in and do what we're supposed to do, we're going to be all right.
And that's what we've seen so far. Tomorrow, you get another big game tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Memphis, a team you haven't seen yet this season. They're coming all the way up from up north. They look good today. I'm not sure if you saw that game.
A little bit.
You have what's your game plan going into that one, if you can speak on it?
Same thing as today. Worry about us.
Right.
Focus on what we do good. We're good at transition. We're going to get that ball up and down the court. We're going to lock down on defense. Hopefully seal the deal before the third quarter.
All right, man, Tim. Hey, expecting to see you in this seat again tomorrow, right? 40
with the dub. As long as it's the dub, I don't mind seeing.
Hey, that's what we like to hear. That's what we like to hear. Season high, 40 points. Tim Hagee, man, thanks for joining me. Great work today. We'll see you tomorrow, all right?
Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Have a good one.
Yes, you. Tim Hagee, Sarasota Lions. And Conrad Volch will be coming back. Conrad, hey,
Hi.
Welcome back. Tim Hagee, man, I was just talking to him. 40 points, 9 rebounds. Are you kidding me? Season high for him. Wasn't he amazing?
Yeah, I mean, to him, it's just another day at the office, Kyle.
Right.
I think, for him, it's you see guys that really don't pay attention to their stats and they just play ball, and those are the guys that end up with more stats than guys that are more worried about their stats. And I think for him, he's that leader for this team, does his job, gets guys involved, and if it's not working, he just does it himself. And I think 38 he scored 78 points in the last 2 games. 78. I mean, this dude is takeover mode. I mean, we talked about the other guy in the last game needs to be sponsored by Dunkin' Donuts. This dude needs to be sponsored by takeover mode of 2K.
There you go.
I don't know what to say, but all jokes aside, in all seriousness, though, another great performance by Sarasota. They stay undefeated in this summer series, and but give credit to where credit's due. This Lions perception team for the second straight game have kept the Sarasota Lions honest throughout the whole game and proved even in the fourth quarter you have to play the entire game. You cannot just you can't expect the other team to just roll over.
Yeah, and before we get out of here, I just wanted to mention Tim Hagee. He was very humble when he was here. He said, I don't care about these numbers as long as we get the dub, right? As long as we get the dub. He was very humble. He had 31 points in the second half. I mean, come on now.
And 3 steals this game. He had 7, I believe, the last game.
Yeah.
So 10 steals in the last 2 games as well.
Well, That's all the time we had today. 2 games today, and it's already over. How about that? Oh, man, it went fast.
One more tomorrow.
One more tomorrow.
Memphis versus the same Sarasota Lions, 12:30.
Be a new test for them.
Yeah, we'll see if the dunking can continue from DeCorio Smith, as he had 8 of the 10 dunks. But
Okay, let's put that into existence. How about that?
Yeah.
Smith versus Hagee tomorrow, matchup of the day.
Oof.
You won't want to miss this one. If
Sounds like a fight card for UFC.
Fight card UFC. SBA 101 tomorrow. Smith versus Hagee. Hey, at noon tomorrow, 12:30 tomorrow. Please join us. Me and Conrad will be on the call. Take care, y'all.